Hi, I'm Hub Arkush with our Chicago Sun-Times fantasy football forecast for Week 8 of the NFL season. And we're going to start in Detroit, where I would get a couple of Lions. Chris Durham at wide receiver, Kevin Ogletree also a wide receiver in the lineup. They've got the Dallas Cowboys coming in. Cowboys 29th in the NFL against the pass. Ogletree, of course, spent his first 4 years in the league with the Dallas Cowboys. Chris Durham has become the number 2 target for the Detroit Lions. He figures to have a big game this weekend. How about the Washington Redskins off that outburst they had against the Bears last week? They get Denver this week, much better football team, but very bad defense. As a matter of fact, the worst pass defense in the NFL. Jordan Reed had a breakout game at tight end against the Bears. Go with him again. Pierre Garçon should be in your lineup. And go with RG3. He may not get much done on the ground, but he's going to put up some passing yards against that horrible Denver defense. For the Green Bay Packers, Jarrett Boykin, backup tight end Quarles. Now, you've got a bad injury to Jermichael Finley, hopefully not terribly serious, but we've got to know that Quarles will step into that spot this week against a Minnesota Viking defense that is 30th in the National Football League defending against the pass. As far as matchups you probably want to avoid, let's start with Cleveland Browns offensive players, particularly Josh Gordon, pretty good wide receiver. I'd stay away from him this week. I also would worry about Jordan Cameron. He's having a great year at tight end. Stay away from running back Willis McGahee. They've got the Kansas City Chiefs. The Chiefs are probably playing the best defense in the National Football League right now. They're third versus the pass, and they're first sacking the quarterback. Also, I would stay away from Buffalo. You've got the Buffalo Bills with Steve Johnson, Fred Jackson. They've been playing well recently. They had a good game in Miami last week. This week, they've got to go to New Orleans. You've got the Saints coming off of a bye and looking to revenge that loss they had with the New England Patriots a couple weeks ago. They're playing very good defense, rushing the passer. Thaddeus Lewis has stepped in at quarterback. I don't think he's ready for what the New Orleans Saints are going to show him on defense. And you know, many weeks this year, we've told you to play Cincinnati running backs, Giovanni Bernard and Benjarvis Green-Ellis. Not this week. They've got the New York Jets. The Jets are the number 2 run defense in the National Football League. Let's bench those Bengal running backs for the first time this season. That'll do it for our fantasy forecast from the Chicago Sun-Times for Week 8 of the NFL season. For the best in sports, stay at chicagosuntimes.com 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.